Society has gotten so polarized that people seem to feel there are two sides to every issue, the right one and the wrong one. And the other side must be defeated. Too often people are dehumanizing others instead of trying to understand them and find common ground. Well, a few years ago, the New York Times columnist David Brooks set out to learn how to really understand another human being. He has useful lessons in this new book, How to Know a Person, the art of seeing others deeply and being deeply seen. David, welcome. As always, what you write is fascinating. You know, everyone says they want to do this. Everyone says, oh, you need to understand the Trump voter, and, but it's actually quite hard, right?
Yeah. Well, I wrote this book that I thought I would try to be a better person, a better human being, and we live in such bitter times, such polarized times, so many people feel invisible. And so I thought the only way to effectively and aggressively defeat that was by understanding other people and making them feel seen, heard, and understood. And that's part of it, is just being open-hearted. But you also need skills. And these are basic social skills, like how to listen well, how to debate well, how to disagree well, how to host a dinner party so everybody feels included, how to sit with somebody who's suffering from depression, how to break up with somebody without crushing their heart. And these are just basic social skills. And I didn't know them. And I'm reasonably educated. I should know how to do this stuff. But I was a social idiot. And so I spent the 4 years learning, how do I do these skills? And in the book, I just try to walk people from the first second we gaze at each other to arguing across political difference.
What's striking to me is what you're doing is really reminding us that all the education we get tends to be about our intellectual intelligence, not our emotional intelligence. And then when I think about what AI is going to do to us, AI is going to be better at our intellectual analytical intelligence, and we're going to have to rely more and more on our emotional intelligence, and yet we are less and less equipped for it.
Yeah, I think AI will reveal what a human is by revealing what it can't do. So when I meet you for the first time, we only understand what's going on in the other person's mind on our first conversation 20% of the time. We just don't know. But one thing I can do is, when I'm meeting you, is I can give you a gaze that says, you're a person to me, you're a priority to me. And so much is in that first gaze. So I tell the story in the book. I'm having a breakfast with a lady named LaRue Dorsey in Waco, Texas. And she presents herself to me as a strict disciplinarian. She's a tough lady. I'm a little scared of her. In the diner walks a guy named Jimmy Durrell, a mutual friend of ours. And he says, Mrs. Dorsey, Dorsey, you're the best, I love you, I love you. And she turns into a strict disciplinarian. She's suddenly a bright, eye-shining 9-year-old girl. The power of your gaze, of your attention to change somebody. And the key thing for Jimmy is that he's a pastor. And so when he sees somebody, he sees a person made in the image of God. He sees someone with a soul of infinite value and dignity. And you could be Christian or Jewish or atheist or agnostic, but seeing every person you meet with that level of respect and reverence is an absolute precondition for seeing them well. You have to extend that basic level of respect to every person